So our power steering is leaking fluid like it just drank 5 beers. I do not have a drinking problem. So unfortunately, we gotta rip out the supercharger and replace the seals in the pump. While I'm in there, I also wanted to add a power steering cooler because for some reason, the 97 Miatas didn't get one from the factory. The last time that we took the car to the track, it spewed power steering fluid all over the engine bay because it overheated. So let's get pumping. So we put some UV dye into the power steering fluid so that we can identify where the leak is coming from. And it looks like it's coming from where the high pressure power steering line plugs into the pump. So we're gonna go ahead and take it out and just replace all the seals in the pump anyway, because mechanically it's still fine. Okay, so we got the power steering pump out. Luckily, I was able to not have to remove the oil lines for the supercharger because that is $100 a quart. I ain't trying to mess with that. All right, power steering pump is right here, so we're just gonna go ahead and open it up, see what we got. That's how you do it, first try. So probably the best way to do this is to use your two people picks, try to stretch out the clip, and then have like a third friend just shove something in there to prevent it from collapsing, and then just kind of walk it up, pop it off. Should be good to go. Don't worry about ruining it because you should get an extra one in your seal pump kit. So. Okay, so in addition to getting all the seals replaced in the power steering pump, I'm also going to be adding this power steering cooler because apparently the 97s didn't come with one. So I was experiencing some overheating issues at the track last time, so I think adding one of these in combination with some high temp full synthetic automatic transmission fluid should hopefully take care of that. Now, ideally I wanted to put this power steering cooler like, you know, kind of in the front right here where it can get a lot of airflow, but I got an intercooler, supercharger oil cooler, thick radiator. There's not a lot of room back there to fit anything. So I'm thinking running it on the side right here, kind of in the wheel well. I mean, it's not ideal, but I think it should be good enough. I guess time will tell, but that's where we're gonna put it. So we just gotta get a custom bracket fabbed up, and I already began running the lines to get it all set up. Now where I'm gonna be running this, I believe this is the correct way to do it, is this is our reservoir for the power steering fluid, and there is two, like, I guess nipples coming from it. One large one, I believe, goes straight into the pump, and then this separate one that comes off of this tiny nipple right there, that one goes straight into the steering rack. So I'm actually going to break that line, and we're going to run a line from here into the power steering cooler, and then from the cooler it'll go straight back into the rack. Now I want everyone to see the pinnacle of hazard engineering. This is going to be our custom bracket that we're going to hang our power steering cooler from. It's basically held together with two different types of JB weld. Not a pretty solution, but it is hopefully a solution. Essentially this is just going to hang off of the... Actually, I'll just show you right now. gonna hang off the chassis like this, and then our power steering cooler will be zip tied to some of these holes right here. I'll show you again once everything's all hooked up. Okay, just kidding. The last bracket that I made instantly disintegrated when I touched it, so instead we just got these two corner braces from Home Depot or something and welded them together. All right, let's put this on. All right, check it out. Got the cooler mounted. I think it's in a pretty good position. It's looking a little tight right here for the hoses, but I don't think the sway bar moves enough that this is going to be an issue. But of course, I'll keep an eye on that. But yeah, it's all mounted up, so looks pretty good. All we just got to do now is connect it to the reservoir and get the pump back in.
That's what this. If I up this, you should probably replace that.
Yeah, I would. All right, so we got a small kink in our plans. The power steering hose that goes from the reservoir to the pump, it's like a 180-degree molded line. Well, being 30 years old, it cracked when I removed it, and unfortunately none of the parts stores sell a replacement, and we can't use a normal hose because the kink or the angle is just really, really sharp that it'll kink the line. So have to put in a special order at Mazda, and it's gonna be a few days before we can get working on it again, which sucks, but it is what it is. Honestly, I feel like a lot of times when it comes to working on these type of cars, like the reason why things take so long is really just half the time you're waiting for parts. But once we get the part, we'll go ahead and we'll finish putting the pump in and getting everything put back together. Test drive. Power steering seems fine, super smooth, everything is good. Supercharger works. That's a good thing. Only time will tell on the track to see if our power steering fluid and our cooler works to keep our temps down. But other than that, I think we're good to go. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.